Alright guys, here we're going to talk about the Twilight Zone, Season 3, Episode 20. So what do you think about this episode?
It was alright. I kind of liked it. The guy reminded me of Bruce Campbell.
Did he?
A little bit.
In what way?
Like, cocky and like, I read your words. I know what's happening here. Stuntman. All that stuff.
Alright. I guess I can see it.
Yeah.
I had a mixed thought on this episode.
It's super mixed.
When it first opened, I was like, a Western set again. Like, I was like, we're doing that. And so I don't remember this episode at all, by the way.
Great.
So it actually caught me as like a new thing. So when
I thought you meant you don't remember it right now. I was going to be like,
no.
Don't worry, I got you.
Going into it, I didn't remember it.
No, me neither.
So when the car turns the corner, I was like, oh, right, you've already got me, right?
Time travel.
The twist is already there.
Yep.
I don't know. I just thought it was decent, and then it just kept petering for me.
The underlying premise that like all of the cowboys are in like heaven, like watching television, and have a beef with this guy was very weird.
I thought it was weird too. So like the premise of this episode is you have an actor who's kind of been selling himself as like the badass and ruining the names of actual historic cowboys and rustlers and whatnot.
It's on a Western show, and all the bad guys are all these guys.
Time stops, and all of a sudden he's actually in the Wild West.
For no reason.
Billy the Kid. Was that Billy the Kid? No, Jesse James. Jesse James, who is the largest version of Jesse James I've ever seen in my life.
The real Jesse James.
And I think it's just what's weird is that all these, as you said, these like cowpokes are in heaven. And I'm like, why would all these murderers be in heaven? Does he
literally say heaven or like the great beyond or whatever? That's weird.
I think he said up there.
Up there, yeah. Vague 60s.
So I just thought that was strange. I'm like, these people that are murderers, well, yes, they might have been honorable murderers. At what point are you still accepting?
That has so little of like an impact on the whole situation.
Because what's even legal in old West America are not biblical law.
Are not like
thou shalt not kill is a thing.
Yeah, and like the argument that he was honorable personally or wouldn't have shot someone in the back, and that it was a different time and people were complex.
I do like that a lot though.
But the show is like flattening them out to be like just these like, because like if you see like the fake Jesse James is like a mustache twirling dressed in black like bad guy, but the real guy's like, what's going on? Like, hey, it's like big mook dude, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like that's okay.
Looks like the brother from Everyone Loves Raymond, almost just this giant man.
Well, they don't really go like, that's not really the point of it at the end of the day. The point of it is that like now, and like this is a horrible complaint. This type of thing shouldn't derail me or bother me. But like he's the actor from like The Thing, and now like he has like a fairy godfather who has to like strong arm him for every episode to make the actor disagree with the plot and force them to change the plot of every episode.
Yeah.
Like the actor says at one point like, I don't write the show, and I want to be like, he doesn't write the show. Like, what are you doing?
Well, no, he doesn't. He doesn't write the show, but he did influence a lot of those actions that made people look worse. Because he was like, "Nah, you'd shoot me in the back. I'm so fucking brave. You couldn't possibly shoot me."
That was in the script, though, and then he just like reaffirmed it. I understand what they were trying to do, but it was a weird thing. Like, I don't know. It didn't like how shitty he is and how much of a handful he is as an actor didn't jive with like he's gonna go and like do the.
He didn't seem like a leading man to me, and with how bungling he was, and nothing came off as smooth. I couldn't even imagine. I was trying to think of it. I'm like, all right, if he shot this, how could I edit this to make him look good? He catches it like a moron. He breaks a bottle like an idiot. Like none of that was good.
I feel like if he had been pushing to be the man, and like the like director was like, no, he wouldn't shoot you in the back, and he was like, he shoots me in the back. He's a scoundrel. People want heroes. I'm a hero. If like he was cocky like that, little better. Then when Jesse James was like, cut that shit out. let them make dynamic, diverse episodes where you don't always win at first. Like do it. And he was like, and then like learned something, right? But it wasn't really that.
There's a part where a guy, I forget if he's running or if he's on a horse, but he's going off into the sunset, and you can see the boom guy running after him. You can see his shadow along the whole way because the sun's behind them.
Okay. Like a goof, you mean? Or
yeah, it was a goof.
Oh, I don't recall anybody running off anywhere.
It was when they were. It might have been when he was running around the side of the building, like you go over here and I'll go over there.
Okay.
So like when he takes off, there's a guy like running behind him with the boom pole.
Okay.
It was the only one I caught in this episode. Usually, like you can see a couple things here and there, that are less egregious. Usually, it's like just mic tops or something. I
only notice that when there's nothing else happening or something. I don't know.
It was very.
I try not to notice those things. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't have much to say about that. I can't really put myself in the man's shoes. The position's odd. The guy coming back in like what is it, a Hawaiian shirt?
He's wearing a Hawaiian. I'm your agent now, Marty. It's your kids. driving off. Like, what's happening?
I'm like, so is he now permanently out of death? Is he alive? Do other people see him because he talked?
Your agent's outside.
Yeah.
My what? And he's like, it says his name is Jesse.
I like how the director guy goes, I don't know the order of operations here. Who's in charge? Just go talk to him.
Yeah, I know. That was the weirdest thing too. Where we're like, I'm not gonna go out there because we filmed this, separately. But go talk to him. And you're like, what? It's okay. But no, like the highlight for me was that thing you're talking about, where like he tries to break the bottle, but it's not stage glass, and it just like is a big mess or whatever. And then Jesse like rolls a cigarette and like throws him the stuff, but now it's like wet from whiskey. And he's like trying to roll it, and it's disgusting. And he's like, "You're not really a man, are you?" And he's like, "No, please don't hurt me." It's this like amazing thing where I was like, "Okay, this is kind of cute. I like this."
I don't even understand what he was going for when he broke the bottle. It's a cork. Like it wasn't like what why are you hitting it so low on the bottle?
No, and like to break it, to drink it like that because you're badass, and he even pulls like glass out of his mouth or something like that during that part, because that's the part that's being filmed. So I was like, is this supposed to happen? Like, what is this? This is very weird. Did he have glass in his mouth already? Did they show that? Is it real fake glass?
No,
like,
I wasn't sure because it looked like a bungling fool. It didn't look like a like tough guy.
Right, but the script is like break off the top of the bottle and then drink the jagged edges.
Or is the script like he confidently like knocks the top off on this, like like I imagine it was more that he was supposed to be like.
Well, I mean the fake script in the show was like, I'm a cowboy, but I'm a badass sheriff, and I'm going to break off the tip of the bottle and just drink the... That's such a bad move. There's little pieces of glass in the liquid now.
Yes.
It's going to destroy your insides like on Oz.
What I mean is I took it as the script says, like he confidently knocks the cork out of the bottle using the side of the bar, but he just couldn't pull that off because he can't even twirl a gun, and he can't do anything because he's an idiot.
Oh, okay.
So I thought it was just, all right, this man's an idiot. Well, just roll, he sucks. Whatever, roll.
Yeah,
he's too hard to deal with. Just roll.
They make some faces and stuff. Okay. That's even worse than that he tried to break it again. Or can you knock a cork out by just tapping the thing like that? Is that a thing?
Someone can.
Oh.
He can't.
Can you though?
I can take a bottle cap off a thing the same way. I've never had a cork to drink in my life that had it sitting out of the thing. Like wine bottles are like less than flush.
Yeah.
But that was like an old whiskey thing that they probably like pour from behind the bar, cork it back up, and set it out as serving sizes.
No, it's so like, and some of that stuff's funny. He keeps breaking the. I thought something was gonna happen because like twice the gun like flew out and like hit something and like broke the thing. I thought something was gonna happen later when stuff gets real, where the gun flies out and hits something and like helps him, or some funny like callback or whatever. Yeah. Yeah,
that was the Bruce Campbell
really care. Was like
but the thing is, I can kind of see what you're saying. But like, I love Bruce.
He had a look too.
And when he does it, I love it. Exactly. This guy, I was like almost like you're watching Michael Scott do it. You're like, you cringy son of a bitch.
No, like nothing that's good about.
He was
Bruce
cringing
Campbell.
before cringing was cool.
Yes. Not none of what we like about Bruce Campbell's way of doing this, but a Bruce Campbell-esque character.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I don't know. You don't have to give it to me. It's fine.
All out.
No, so at the end of the day, I don't have strong feelings about this.
I don't particularly care for like the comedy episodes of the Twilight Zone.
Okay.
And that's what this is. It's a jokey kind of episode.
True.
I'm more into like you got me thinking there, buddy.
I like the slow pull out on like a horrible situation where a character's greed and bad decisions or like short-sightedness cost them so much, and you're like, no, and all that stuff. Like, that's what I'm in this for.
Yeah.
Not this like dun 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 dun. That's all, folks. The Billy the Kid.
Jesse James. So that's pretty much everything there is to say about this episode. It's very straightforward. It's an episode of the Twilight Zone. Let us know what you thought about it in the comments below. Don't die in a fire, and we'll see you next time.
Hello, internets. I just love watching JustDaggers. If you've enjoyed this video as much as I have, click that subscribe button. Peace out, homies.